Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Welcome to episode 279 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn and Mr. Prime in the building. And we got him. We got Bradberry. I think you have to give Mr. Roseman a hat tip because he is on one during this offseason and during this draft season. Obviously, Howie's made some mistakes in the past, but if we're living in the present here, Howie's doing his damn thing. You talk about just fortifying this defense. Look at this tweet here from Field Yates. Eagles' busy offseason includes A.J. Brown, Hassan Reddick, James Bradberry, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean. You're fortifying the defense, got some useful pieces, and and we're not even talking about serviceable because Steven Nelson was serviceable last season. We got a good cornerback. Good enough cornerback that other fan bases are now chiming in to tell you how they feel about the signing. So, I mean, this is a quickie podcast, but we just want to jump on and give our instant reactions. How are you guys feeling?
I'm kind of over the moon over here, dude. I mean, I saw a stat from 2016. There's only 2 players in the entire NFL with 15 plus interceptions and 80 plus pass breakups. Those 2 players are now playing opposite of each other. It's Darius Slay and James Bradberry. We've got 2 guys that are legit corners. Coming out of this draft, I walked away. I was like, damn, we got a solid-ass defense right now. My only concern is the secondary. Howie's doing his work right now. He's shoring up the secondary, got those corners. I'm a little bit sketched out about the safeties, but I can't sit here and complain, dude. Howie has really put in work this offseason. I was really thinking that this is going to be somewhat of a rebuild process, and it is in a way. But I think that we accelerated that. I think that we really pushed the pedal to the metal, and that honestly, winning the division doesn't seem that crazy this year, guys. It doesn't.
Listen, based off of last night's show, man, we did miss you, Ev, and Maul was definitely over the top with, saying that we were going to go 17-0, man. So we were just like living the hype. And we were just talking about this yesterday. Like, it's crazy. Like, we just kept on mentioning that we are, hoping for this Bradberry signing. We're hoping that it's going to go ahead and happen. And I woke up this morning, man, and, me and Gail were just talking about this before we got on. I woke up this morning with, like, the feeling of putting on my Eagles executive shirt, which I got on right now. I'm at work. For people that don't know, the reason why I'm, like, not hyped up and screaming and everything, I'm keeping my composure because I'm in an office, doing this quick podcast with the fellas and everything. But I'm ecstatic, bro. Bradberry, the signing coming in about an hour ago, I lost my composure at my desk. Some people thought I was having like an aneurysm or something like that. I was going nuts. I was like, yo, I can't believe we signed. And then, of course, everybody came and found me. And they're like, yo, did you hear? Did you hear? Of course I heard. I'm souped, man. I'm excited. We got what we wanted. We just talked it up and it happened. So it was just a great feeling knowing that we went ahead and signed that man. And like that stat you just brought up, it's crazy. Now we have those 2 guys that own that stat playing for the same team. Wearing that midnight green next season. I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Now, Mr. Cross makes this post here talking about no excuses. But he said, let's get Chuck Clark. If that kind of move happened, like you added another safety. I've heard also they're also looking at Hayden as a potential move to safety. That's something that I've heard recently.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. He's a little bit older, but I mean, as a safety, that's a dude that, I mean, he had a hell of a career, dude. I wouldn't mind bringing him in just so he can help mentor these younger guys.
Well, just as a back end piece, being a corner, maybe he's lost that speed, but just thinking about this move right in front of our face, we saw some glimpses. If you guys were looking, imagine this cornerback duo lock emoji from this PFF Eagles. Darius Slay with the eye emoji, followed up by Avonte Maddox with the eye emoji.
Ooh, Avante's living right now too, dude. Because Avonte now knows he's like, I get to sit where I thrive, man. I don't got to be pushed out to the outside. I don't got to be that liability. Avonte in the slot, that's exactly where he thrives.
But I think if you have guys that are going to do, like some people,
No way.
some people believe that he was used out of position. He believes that, and he has a tweet here. He has a tweet here from Josina Anderson. Text just now from cornerback James Bradberry on why he chose to sign with the Eagles. I believe the scheme is a perfect fit for me. New beginnings in NFC East. We have Chris Malley checking in from the treadmill.
Takes no days off. Chris Malley.
From the treadmill. Listen, look at this guy. Oh my god.
This guy's on the treadmill. How you feeling, my guy?
I feel great. I gotta get ready, man. We got 95-degree weather for this 5K on Saturday, so gotta warm up the legs a little bit. But dude, I'm excited, man. It's funny. I was driving and I didn't even see my one friend text me and said, "Oh yeah, I think the Bradberry deal is getting close." So then as soon as I got the Schefter tweet, then I saw his DM about it, and I was like, "Wow." And then I've heard rumors about Chuck Clark too, but we'll see what happens with that. But that we've already seen sprinkles of that right during the draft, so we'll see if that picks back up. Because if the Eagles get a starting safety, that defense is rounded out completely.
100%.
This is a wild ride this offseason, because we talked about, Prime was one that earlier signing. We're now getting the later signings, and they say patience is a virtue. Yeah. So here we are, patiently waited for the perfect piece. You talking about cornerbacks that we didn't think were.
Dude, I was saying trade Rager for Jeff Okudah and his bum leg. Dude, I was desperate for anything.
Shout out to people in chat. People are excited, man. People are, from London town to Houston town. Fred says, "God damn, how he's killing it, earning that extension this offseason." Yeah. I think, we do got to give him his flowers, man. We do have to let him know that he's done a good job. We're proud of him. Now we've all been through a dream team season, and the expectations of a defense like this with added pieces. I think these pieces make sense.
No, these pieces 100% make sense. They're pieces that fit together. We got a full puzzle almost. The only thing that, and this is going to be the story of the entire season, and unfortunately, it was the story of last season. It was kind of the nail in the coffin that I kept hammering home, was that it's all dependent. That last year was the Jalen Hurts evaluation year. This year, I don't want to say it's evaluation year 2, but it's make or break year. It is if Jalen Hurts balls out this year, dude, the sky is literally the limit, man. If Jalen Hurts takes that second year starting as, a giant leap forward with the offensive pieces that he has, with how stout Howie Roseman has made this defense, dude, the window of what this team is capable of this year, it's on the higher end, and I'm digging it.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is, man, like we mentioned it before, there's just no excuses. The way this thing is getting lined up for him, there's no excuses this year, man. He has the ball out. He really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's going to have good cornerbacks to go up against his competition in training camp as well.
That's all right, man. That's what he needs to put in that work.
Exactly what he needs. Yeah.
Now, one of the things I was talking about earlier in the offseason was like, okay, if Jalen is not there exactly, if the game isn't there exactly where we want it to be, at least give him a solid defense. And now I feel like I got my gift in the pieces that we brought in defensively. Mm-hmm. So now you can secure, stop some of these teams and get the ball back. And, if Jalen has to manage the game and you have a sound defense that could be spectacular and a deep defensive line,
When was the last time that we can, like, in an offseason say, like, let me go through just a few names here, and it's not even all of them. Hassan Reddick, Kaiser White, and now James Bradberry as free agent signings. And on top of that, he did very well in the draft. How often can we say that as Eagles fans? I mean, we killed it in free agency. We killed it in the draft. It almost feels too good to be true.
Yeah, and to go off of what all you guys said, and I agree, it's like, listen, like, we're too deep at every position on the offensive and defensive line. You have arguably three of the better cornerbacks because you need a nickel cornerback in this day and age in the NFL. Avonte Maddox was an absolute stud last year, and you have him. Now you have two legit cornerback ones, and on top of that, they're going to be getting work with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith every single practice. And then you add on top of that, you have Dallas Goedert, you have all these other running backs. And it's like, listen, Jalen can play just as mistake-free football as he wants to. A lot of the guys that we have now are yards after the catch guys now. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Like, just don't turn the ball over, make strides, work on it every single game, just get better. And on top of it, we don't have that tough of a schedule. And our division's kind of in flux right now. And then if you look at the conference as a whole, it's kind of wide open. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard for teams to repeat like the Rams. The Bucs are kind of a middling team with the age, and they have interchanging pieces. The Packers, they just lost Devontae Adams. Obviously, they still have Aaron Rodgers, but we'll see. I really think that the Eagles can make a good run of it. And the big thing is they have the culture that you want in there. A lot of these guys have been there for a long time together. The core's there. And if you think about it, other than Lane Johnson and a couple other people, the core of our team is really young and we're deep. So I expect really good things. I actually got to hop out and get back to work, guys. But
Thanks,
All right,
Chris.
Appreciate you, bro.
I'll see you guys either Friday or Saturday, but I'll talk to you guys soon.
Take it easy.
Enjoy the day, boys.
Love it.
Not only is this guy lifting weights, but he's also heavy weights. He's also doing cardio and legs.
Can I just say,
skip the cardio?
As a producer, I saw him in the gym. I was like, this audio is going to be trash. It was actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I was impressed.
Man, I mean, people, the comments are coming in. I think everyone is safely excited. Dante says everyone is crying about safety, but Epps is a dog. And I think, Epps is serviceable. I think
that's the word. He's a service dog.
Yeah, we just gotta we gotta see it though, man. We gotta see it. So
yeah, that's fine.
It is fine.
Epps is good for laying the wood, bro. Epps can lay a hit.
But he can also knock himself out.
He can knock himself out.
Go ahead.
No, I really wasn't gonna say much else. I was just saying, like, he's a hard hitter. That's pretty much the only thing I really see in his game, which I mean is a good aspect to have in your game. But as far as coverage, I mean that needs to.
Well, if they're looking at the Ravens for a potential trade that they've been stiffing around, that obviously tells you that that's how they feel about him. They feel like he could be serviceable, but they're still going to try and upgrade when they can. And that's at the end of the day, that's what you really have to do is think about how this team upgraded. We've upgraded. It's not like, you bring in a guy that could give you the same juice. We got upgrades. And Paul says, I know it's a Bradberry episode, but who are you looking forward to the most on this team?
That's a loaded question. And that's honestly something that is like, you just,
it's difficult to answer.
It's difficult to answer. I guess I got to go A.J. Brown, I guess. But like, that's really like everybody is right there neck and neck, man. I'm excited for Hassan Reddick.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the linebacker core, man. I'm excited to see the linebacker core go to work.
When you have guys like Josh Sweat and Milton Williams and like Hassan Reddick, who are like, you forget like they're just like at all the moves that we've had. They're like, that's the funny shit. It's like you've got guys on this roster that we've been talking about so many.
Sorry.
We've been talking about so many other pieces, but you have guys like Josh Sweat that are going to wreak havoc. Hassan Reddick, who's now playing a role that we've been missing in this defense. We have, and then you go Jordan Davis in first round. Jordan Davis, who gives you some more versatility to these fronts, and can be What if he loses 10 pounds,
Dude, I don't even know if I kind of love Jordan Davis as is. I like the stock version, bro. I've been like,
he can do all that, man. If I can get a little bit more twitch out of him, that's even more crazy.
The dude is freaky, bro. Like I get that you're saying that like you'd like him to lose some weight. He moves great for the size he is.
Hey, man, 320. That's not so much. 320.
Yeah.
320 is not. And then we've had this conversation here, and then you keep on going back further, opening the Pandora's box, and all of a sudden the Kobe Dean pops out like, hey,
dude. Yeah, this shit's crazy, bro. I forgot. Not that I forgot about Nakobe Dean, but I was like thinking about the linebacking core in my mind, and I was like placing everybody. I forgot to put Nakobe Dean in the mix, dude, and like that's absolutely crazy. We haven't had a linebacking core like that, dude. I don't even know. Like, we only had Trot back in the day. Oh, no, we didn't only have Trot. It's crazy, man. It's been a long time.
Oh man. Paul says AJ Brown on offense and the flipping linebackers on D. Come on, when did we have a linebacker crew like this? Dean on defense. We need that single calling on the D. Hassan White. I mean, yeah, White. Another piece that I've forgotten. When you start thinking about what we rolled out at linebacker, the opening game in Atlanta, you're talking about Wilson, Singletary, like. You know what I'm saying? Like this
is something that needed to happen, though. If I'm being honest, because if you look at, I'm not talking about Bradberry. I'm talking about this offseason as a whole, because I feel like the primary focus of this offseason has been to build up this defense. That's been their goal this entire offseason. There's been a few offensive moves here and there. Obviously, the AJ Brown is a big one, but the main focus has been shoring up the defensive side of the ball. Whereas I think last year we didn't really do anything to do that. So this was kind of a long time coming.
And it's finally here, man. Yeah. It's finally here.
Kelly says multiple defense adjust each week based off of the offense. I mean those are possibilities. Now Christian says it cracks me up that the Giants will pay more in dead money for Bradberry that the Eagles will pay Bradberry on 1 year contract, and Bradberry leaves next year. We can get a comp pick. But that's what I'm saying. Like, why this move could potentially happen. I was like, he's already getting paid. Like, if he's like, doesn't really want to uproot his life, lives probably in Jersey, comes down here, and then you have the recruiting Slay services on the hotline. Really talking up what his role could be here. Slay taking on the twitchier, faster wide receivers. And then you have, you have James Bradberry taking on the bigger bodied, opponents. He's 6'1", has the size, and you have Lil Tay in the slot doing what he does best. That's a really solid 1, 2, and 3 corner.
Hell yeah! He says, I think Joey Shake says the Giants might save 10 mil on this. That's all right. They can have their 10 mil. We got James Bradberry.
Yeah, I called my friend who's a Giants fan. He was concerned last week when I spoke. He said, if you all get Bradberry, then I'll be a little concerned about what you're doing. Not concerned that he's leaving the Giants, because I knew that how it was going to happen. But for him to come and play for the Eagles, that was what he was concerned about. I had to call him up this morning after the signing, and he was just like, y'all did your thing. and he's a little concerned, but I feel like for the Eagles it was the perfect piece. Sometimes good things happen when you can wait.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Mr. Cross says Giants. Yeah, Giant fans are crying on the timeline saying Bradberry is trash.
It's trash, of course, right?
That's the same thing Titans fans are saying when we got AJ Brown too. Bomb asses.
Because I went to some Giant forums to see how they are dealing with the signing and stuff. I'm that dude that's going in the trenches. See, they're talking about some people think he might have been used the wrong way, but they'll bring up McLaurin, Scary Terry, gave him the business, but I feel like we got Darius Slay to handle that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, dude, like you said, 1, 2, 3 on our cornerbacks, like it's pretty stellar. You can't ask for a much better trio. And then the defensive line, stellar. Linebackers, stellar. Only like layer of this defense that isn't is the two safeties.
That's it. But that's all
I
right.
mean, honestly, one of them is serviceable. One of them is a decent safety. You got really one out of the 11 positions on defense that is like a question mark. I'm all right with that.
But there's still a possibility for something to happen.
Yeah. We do have word from one Giant fan.
Why can't they just leave us alone?
Yeah. So I mean, overall, I mean, I think it's a great day to be Eagle fan. It's a great day.
Everybody's in on Clark, man.
I think everybody's in on everything right now. Everything is good. Everything. How could you be like? I know everyone's got problems and issues and stuff, but right now, this is what you needed in your life.
Where does this leave us financially with the cap? Because I don't think we had. I think we had roughly like $10 million left. Do we even have Clark money at this point?
Well,
Listen, man, how we could do something.
I mean, in the way things worked out, man.
Do something.
I'm looking now at over the cap.
He just earned a little bit more confidence out of me.
I mean, how could you not, dude?
Nah.
I'm looking at over the cap here. Let's see here.
Do you think it's possible that Bradberry was let go because he wouldn't download any of Kadarius Toney's SoundCloud albums?
Probably. Yeah, I'm not sure what the cap number is. I mean, I think it was at 10 before. They had it at 10-1 if they're 7-5. But you know how he works the cap. Come on, man. He's gonna make that cap look nice.
He's gonna make it dance.
He's gonna make it look nice. I wouldn't worry about that. Again, I said if they really want him, they will go get him, and they showed you how bad they wanted him. Steven asks Ev personally, do you say we're Super Bowl bound?
I don't say it, but I'll say it for you, Steven. We're going to the Super Bowl.
No, I got I talked to shout out to Tim Kincaid. He was very excited about the move. He called me last night, but I was knocked out. He was telling me that the move was about to happen last night. He's like, dude, I tried to call you last night, bro. But I was knocked out. But he said he was getting 2017 vibes. No, I'm if I'm being honest, I feel like this defensive line and how it's set up, it's you got to feel good, man. Like, when was the last time
we got to get pressure, dude?
When was the last time you guys felt this good in an offseason? Being honest.
Honestly, and it's going to sound bizarre. It might be like it might be a tie between when we got Chip Kelly and when we got Carson, and both of those blew up in my face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Chip Kelly. I mean, not the Chip Kelly, the Carson.
Todd's over here speaking things into existence. I'm telling you guys, I think the move is going to be for Nasir Adderley, Dillard, and a third should get him. And Nasir Adderley went to the University of Delaware. That would be interesting. He's a relative of, was it Herb Adderley? The great.
So let me ask you guys this question. Since the quarterback position is kind of a question mark, what are the expectations as far as like what is the success this year? Honestly, is that an open-ended question? Just because you have to kind of feel out what Jalen Hurts is during training camp, or
well, I think with this defense, you really can get teams off the field. I mean, like if Jalen can manage games, we're not saying that he was a turnover machine by any means. Mm-hmm. So I mean, if he can manage games and the defense plays well, that's a recipe for success. We've seen top-notch defenses help teams win Super Bowls.
King Shaq game, it says 11-12 games. Anything less is a failure.
I'm around there. 11.
I'd be happy with 11-12 games for sure. That's playoffs, baby.
Absolutely.
Now, speaking of 17 win seasons.
What's up, dude?
What up?
We got the boy.
Stand that business, bro.
Stand on business. Came in. Stand on that
crazy echo going on, bro.
Yeah, we got a little echo. You have your headphones? So we'll talk amongst ourselves until Mal gets his headphones.
So everybody's in on the Chuck Clark. 10-17 is still a win. Feast with Pete
Yeah,
says.
10-7 is still cool too.
10-7.
All right.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
since Mal gonna go ahead and jump in, I'm at work. I gotta get back to work.
He's got to go play the part of boss. I'll talk to you later, Prime.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I had to play your role from last night, bro.
shout out to Shaq.
Yeah, this is Chef.
Hey, by the way, Prime just got a PS5. He's been inducted to the PS5 family. Evan's still working on his.
I'm
his
Xbox gang, bro. Yeah.
So if you want to potentially play some Call of Duty with all three of us, potentially, if you didn't know,
I gotta re-download it.
King Shaq is a. I played with King Shaq on Call of Duty. This guy's a menace to society.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Follow him on
good call outs.
He's superior.
All right.
He saved my life many of times, by the way.
What is this? See you later, Prime.
All right.
Is there any validity to this, or is I
think Birdman is
just stoking the
speaking
fire?
Into existence,
trying to get my dad all excited.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, man. This is what I needed today. There's not like this is what I needed. Like I needed this. So I'm riding on high right now. You can't tell me anything right now.
No, I feel the same exact way, man. I mean, this is exactly the type of move that needed to happen to make me feel a lot better about this defense. Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up, man? How you feeling? I mean, this is something up your alley. This move is up your alley. You feeling this one?
Yo, you already know. I came in here to stamp 17-0. We're not even going to do the 16-1 no more. We're 17-0. Get it on the timeline. Let them know I was the first one talking about it, standing on business. Yeah, I'm excited, man. You know, I'm gonna start working on the Bradberry article. Hopefully, coming out tomorrow. Had a bunch of stuff to do tonight, but so hopefully that's tomorrow. But yeah, man, you know, it's a great addition, right? It shores up a necessary spot. Also gives our young boys another chance for a year of development and growth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not where somebody's going to be pressured into playing above their skill set or above where they're ready to produce. For at least this next year, you have three Avonte Maddox in the slot, so three really good cornerbacks. And then, you know, we gotta Pete, don't do that to me. You know, I'm standing on business. I ain't never gonna switch up. You know that. But yeah, I mean, in reality, I was saying like the 12-5 anyway. And from like a real standpoint, I think that really a lot of this comes from just the offseason moves and a firm belief that Jalen Hurts takes the jump as a second-year starter. And, you know, a lot of people sleeping on the fact this is his first time being in the same system with the same play caller, the same coach, OC, since high school, since he played for his pops, right? And so, you know, I think that there's a lot to be said around that consistency. So, yeah, you know me. I'm always hyped, bro, talking about this. Always.
We got let's effing go from Eric. I mean,
go ahead. Mine was kind of off topic.
No, I was just off topic myself.
I was going to ask Mal. There was a question that came up earlier, and it was about like we were talking about how this has been such a success for Howie Roseman this offseason. What's the number one move this offseason for you, Mal? If you're even there.
I'm here. I had to put my socks on. I'm in the middle of running out. I'm working. So I hope work don't see this. I'm working. Don't worry, work. I'm working, doing all that simultaneously. It's my lunch break, so we all good. My favorite move. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna go off the beaten path. And a lot of them, for me, it's Kazir White, because that was the first time that you really saw Howie addressing linebacker before the draft, right? Like, I don't count Hassan Reddick into like the linebacker equation because his job is to really come here and rush the passer.
Yep.
Kazir White for me, bringing a PA kid home, Eagles fan, ascending young player, and is super athletic, right? A former safety that converted to linebacker that had a really good year last year. And I think that he's coming into a system where his specific skill set was needed. And then you now put him with TJ Edwards, you put him with Nakobe Dean, and it's like you're looking at a linebacking group that is like mix and match. Whatever you need them to do week in and week out, I think that they'll be able to really like match that energy. And so for me, I was pounding the table for Kazir White. I'm still very, very excited about his ability to come in and be a difference maker for this defense. And it allows, again, Nakobe Dean time to catch up, right? Nakobe Dean doesn't have to come in green dot day one making the calls. You have TJ, you have Kazir, we still have Davion Taylor. We still have players that can play ball. So Kazir, I'm excited about. I mean, AJ Brown, like I think some of the easy ones are AJ Brown and folks that we've talked about. But yeah, man, Kazir for me was like when how we did that, I was like, okay, Howie Roseman heard the timeline. Like he really be on. He got a burner account on the timeline, bro. He paying attention.
That's funny. I mean, like you talk about moves that like he addressed a lot of, for me, he addressed a lot of needs in my own personal heart. Like because we're all looking at Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargraves coming up on a potential deal. So we got that young piece, to build around in the trenches. We also have Milton Williams, who's also an afterthought amongst the mix, but and also interchangeable. You got some guys that has some versatility. You got your bookends now. Josh Sweat is signed. You have Son Reddick, who is signed. You have Derek Barnett, who's just like giving you just some mental reps on the back end. Brandon Graham is the Yoda in the mix.
Yep.
So to me, you shored up the defensive line. You toughened up the run defense.
He hyped up too.
I'm excited.
He said 4th and John gang in the building, 17-0 in the building. Andy Scram.
Now I believe it. No, but for real, like if you look at and it's gonna sound bad, but like if you look at our linebacking core the past few years, dude, there's nothing to be proud of. It makes you want to put your head in your hands. It was like somewhat like it makes you want to roll your eyes every time you see these guys, man. It's been rough the past few years, and to have a linebacking core that I'm like, damn, I'm actually excited to see these guys play. I'm proud of our linebacking core. Dude, I love it.
I do want to give some credit for the TJ Edwards pickup though, because in that Jawn, they found the undrafted free agent, right? Somebody that has really shown that he belongs in the NFL. When you're looking at PFF, his past 2 seasons, he's been on the ascension. Was our best linebacker according to PFF last year. I think if you eyeball test it, I was shocked because his ability going forward was unquestioned coming out of Wisconsin. His pass defense was the question, I think, along with his lateral quickness. Last year, he dispelled some of those notions. And so, I think that like realistically, it's an opportunity for him to solidify himself as part of the long-term solution, right? And so I'm a firm believer in you can't have too many good players, whether you got to trade somebody, but also we talked about it yesterday, like injuries in a 17-game season plus the playoffs, injuries are going to play a role. And so if you have the next man up is actually not just another guy, but a really good football player, man, give me that. Yeah, Pete know the deal. Pete know the deal.
We did.
Now, Todd, it's a serious question. Do you think Javon Hargrave could be on the move? I know I saw something about him not being happy. I don't know. I don't know about that. I recently saw something. I feel like at least the role that he's going to play could be a little bit different. You talk about the veteran presence of Fletcher Cox, but also the mindset like, hey, as a veteran, you have Jordan Davis that can give you some extra reps on the side as you catch your breath. We can do a little interchangeable pieces, but like overall, I think they're going to help each other in full, be healthy and be consistent all the way to the fourth quarter. I mean, imagine going against Fletcher Cox, and then Hargraves, and then you got to deal with Davis's fucking big bird ass.
Williams, you got
Come on.
Yeah, that rotation,
Some
I'm telling
big
you,
ass
that's
bodies,
the
man.
excitement that I have. I would say now actually it's between the wide receiver, defensive back group in training camp, and then offensive defensive line in training camp. Because now we got so now you got AJ Brown versus Slay, and then you have
Devontae versus Bradberry.
man, right? And then you're
That's
looking at the
solid.
interior offensive line. So you're gonna have Lane Dickerson squaring off against Jordan Davis, against Hargrave, against Fletch, right? Like it's some dogs. You got Mailata going against Sweat. Like this is still sharpening steel, man. So in this situation, it's like, I think that we have a team that will get busy. And I'm excited, man. For me, football is still about defense. Yeah, it's a passing league, and you know, passing puts butts in the seats, but defense wins championships.
Yep.
Show me a team that couldn't play no defense that won a championship. When you're talking about the Rams last year, it was their ability to get plays when they needed it. Like, yeah, Cooper Kupp and Stafford, that shit looked sexy, but like when it came down to it, it was that defensive line that won that football game. Same with us in the Super Bowl. And so I love the defense. I can't wait to see what Jalen Hurts does this year. There's no excuses for anybody, in my opinion, at this point. Coaching staff, players, right? Like, this is your chance to show it, man. And I can't wait to kick the Cowboys' ass between their ears twice to go 17-0, go win a Super Bowl. First time a team went undefeated since the '72 Dolphins. You heard? Like, I'm ready.
Yeah, we're gonna whoop that ass. I think Cowboys are gonna be coming. They're gonna be asking for their bike back. And Jordan Davis is like, what bike?
It's my bike,
punk. Bike, punk.
So they've been feeling real high about sweeping us last year, man. They need to get checked.
Yep. They was talking crazy on the timeline. I was arguing. I don't even argue with Cowboy fans because they don't even talk in reality. But I was arguing with a couple, and they were like, it's always about Jalen Hurts. And I'm like, y'all don't seem to remember Dak Prescott's trajectory, right? Yeah. Like, this wasn't a dude that was guaranteed. Like, he had the grind for it. His first 2-3 seasons wasn't beautiful, right? Like, he had the grind for it. And so why are you mad at us being optimistic about our young boy that could do the dual threat thing?
They're scared of his success.
They know.
Puga's out here. Puga's out here being a hater. Says, "Don't you guys work?"
Hey, I'm not on the clock yet, pal.
Hey, pal. We multitask around here.
I'm on lunch right now,
and this is a lifestyle right here. This is not anything. This is a lifestyle we live. Because these are conversations you're having with your family. Speaking of family, I have to attend to some family matters. I totally forgot. My pop's got to eat. I told him to get his tuna. But yeah, man.
That was 40 minutes ago on your way to the pantry.
Get that man tuna, bro. Stop playing, bro. Stop doing that to your pops, man. That's wrong, bro.
Nah. Well, he's gonna be good.
Jay Cross know the deal. Teleworking, bro. Kid, right, it's scary hours, spooky season. It's undefeated football talk. You heard? Let's go. I'm ready.
Shout out to all you people out here teleworking and working and loving your birds in this off season. Hat tip to Howie. Any last words before we get out of here, Mal?
Hey, man, fly Eagles fly. I love y'all boys. Always excited to get a chance to talk birds with y'all. Heard we missed you yesterday. I heard you were snitching on Uber drivers. You got to chill on that. They got a double park outside your crib. That's how they make their money. But all jokes aside, man, shouts to the timeline. Shouts to the people always tuning in. All the love. Shouts out to Wichita State, Baptist, all that good stuff, man. And I'm excited, bro. I can't wait.
Yes, Let me just say that I was never snitched on Uber drivers. I'm not a snitch. But one thing is true. If there's Officer Givens from the PPA works hard, but I work harder. I woke up earlier than her today because I'm not getting ticketed 3 days in a row. I handled my business.
The fact you know her name, I know you snitching now.
She gave me she's the same person that gave me the ticket. I'm heated.
Hey, yo,
heated. Expired inspection.
Yeah, she was on you. I gotta run though. Because I gotta make a meeting real quick. Love y'all boys. Love the timeline.
Take it easy, bro.
And then there was two.
And your dad's still out there starving for his tuna.
Tunaless. I'll close it out. Yeah, I mean today is a great day to be an Eagles fan. Today is a great day to be a fan of roster building. Today is a great day to call your Eagles, your friends that are Giants fans, and just mention it to them. See what their face looks like. Or Cowboys fans, just mention, because they're already, everybody's feeling a certain way about the Eagles. Obviously, it all has to come together. I tweeted out earlier, it's all about setting this team up for success and how they utilize these pieces. But I feel like Gannon has got pieces to make this defense work. And we're right now, we're just all living in the moment. we're all living in the moment. But we'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, fly, Eagles, fly.